Well, good evening, coasters, and hey, we get to the end of day 27 in lockdown. So, as you know, from an economic point of view, it's costing $1 billion a day to be in lockdown, and there's a long way to go yet. Now, look, last night we talked about the fact that coal, farming, forestry, fishing are going to lead us forward into an economic recovery, and I'm quite convinced of that. It's just a matter of ensuring we've got a good solid plan and then implement it and then monitor it. Tourism will also be there, but much smaller than it used to be. You know, when we look at the West Coast as an attractive area for elderly people to retire, and I think there's real merit in that. So I'm sure that something in the next month or two will pop out that will assist in that direction. In looking specifically at Westland tourism, I've made the assumption that 20% of the before COVID-19 tourism will be the new number. In France, the business community, or some of the business community, believe it will be closer to 5%. Domestic tourism dollars are going to be very tight. That's because the level of unemployment will be so high, won't be a lot of money around. The reduced numbers will need to reduce cafes, beds and restaurants by 80%. So there'll be an 80% oversupply. It's a lot. The challenge will be to arrange a reduction without a bloodbath. You know, we could get a situation where the operators just fight out for the available market. And that's not something I support at all, because many just simply won't survive. And we're going to get a lot that will tip over anyway. Now, if a planned reduction could occur, this would allow for the release of those stocks slowly as demand come back over the next 3 or 4 years. So we're assuming that for the next 12 months there'll be no international, and after that it'll progressively rebuild. It'll be slow, but there's some options. Some stock, and I refer to stock as motels, hotels and hostels, beds basically, could be used for elderly housing, for infrastructure works, where there's a contract being let and accommodation is needed for the workforce. And that would take out potentially a motel or two. Airbnb stocks, they're going to reduce naturally, as the rental market now offers a much better return than the Airbnb tourist market, which has disappeared. It could be that government may look at providing assistance to help take some bed stocks out of the market. You know, in Europe, farmers are often paid not to milk. And that's a kind of concept that we might approach government with. It's a much better option than just simply walking away. But I guess in conclusion, it's really important to focus now on our business sector. And that includes that 20% that remains and will remain of our tourism sector. So look, have a great night, catch you later, and talk to you tomorrow.